Coverage you can count on continues. This is WGAL News 8 at 4.
Right, rain continues to fall all across the Susquehanna Valley, bringing the potential for even more flooding.
And our eyes are also on Hurricane Florence as it makes its way toward the southeast coast.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kim Lemon.
And I'm Danielle Woods. Let's get right to WGAL News 8 meteorologist Ethan Houston.
Joe has called this before. I think we're in the 7th inning of this particular event. The rain that has fallen today has been relatively light in intensity, and it should start to slowly taper off as we head past sunset. But we still have that flood watch in effect across the entire Susquehanna Valley until 8 p.m. The rain outside right now, it's either in the form of some drizzle or some scattered showers. The heaviest the rain is lifting onto the north, but we still have active flood warnings for a couple locations. We have an active flood warning for the Yellow Breeches Creek in Cumberland County and York County until 5 p.m. tomorrow. The creek is cresting right now. The Conneauga is expected to continue to rise and remain above flood stage through Cumberland County until noon tomorrow. We do have some showers still off to our west, and we may see some thunder and some lightning mixing in with those as we head through the late evening hours. Notice I made the evening drive time until just after sunset an impact time period. So few showers and thunder showers will be around for tonight. Scattered showers and thunder showers will be around through midweek, and then we're tracking where Florence may be late in the weekend and how it may affect our weather. All details on that coming up.
All right, thank you, Ethan. And right now you are taking a live look at the Yellow Breeches Creek in Cumberland County. It's running high, and like Ethan said, it's under a flood warning, and after all the rain that fell this weekend and so far today.
And Danielle, nearly 40 roads all across York County are still closed or traffic restricted after the flooding from more than a week ago.
WGAL News 8's Feinstock is in Hellam Township with a closer look at the damage.
Yeah, there's a lot of barricades like this one across York County tonight, like this one. This is a Christ Creek Road, and it's one way you can get to Accomack Road, which was ripped apart by the flooding. Officials say a quarter-mile section of Accomack Road is back open for local traffic after it was closed overnight because of heavy rain. A police escort took us up to River Road, where a township crew was fixing the side of a road known as Wildcat Falls.
I just feel for the residents. There's lots of people that lost more than just roads and stuff. They lost everything that they worked for their entire lives.
Now it continued to rain while road crews worked on the road. The township roadmaster wants to get as much done before the threat of more rain later this week. In York County, Ed Weinstock, WGAL News 8.
And right now, Hurricane Florence is barreling toward the Carolinas. Mandatory evacuations are in order at Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. There have been dozens of water rescues leading up to the storm. Natasha Chen has the very latest.
Just filling up, getting ready for, the hurricane, and I got a couple of boats that I got to move and just gas for the generators.
Midday Monday, the National Weather Service called Florence a Category 3 storm, then within an hour upgraded it to a Category 4.
The best safety plan is preparation and common sense. We still have a couple of days to get ready, so let's use that time.
Before Florence makes impact late Thursday night or Friday morning, some on the coast, including people on North Carolina's Hatteras Island, are already evacuating.
Florence is a threat well beyond our coast. So inland counties need to be ready as well.
People are stocking up.
They're completely out of water. We're going to try to go up the beach, but I guarantee they're out of water too.
Supply stores are selling a lot of plywood and generators. Officials warn people to be prepared to be without power for a while and to clear debris from their yards before high winds pick it up and create damage. South Carolina is also preparing in the path of the storm.
At noon tomorrow, we're going to reverse the lanes on 4 big roads leading from the coast.
The South Carolina governor says 1 million people will be trying to leave the coast. People in Charleston are already offering free sandbags. Officials in both states,
we do know that we're in the bullseye,
say this is just the beginning. I'm Natasha Chen reporting.
News 8 meteorologist Ethan Houston is tracking Florence. He joins us now with the latest.
Danielle, this storm has rapidly intensified over the past 24 hours. At this time yesterday, it was a Category 1 hurricane. Now it's a Category 4. You can see just how big this storm is. Regardless of where it makes landfall, it's going to provide and really cause some problems along the Carolina coastline. Right now, maximum wind speeds near the eye wall are at 130 miles per hour. It is anticipated in the forecast to remain a Category 4 storm as it approaches the North and South Carolina coastline early in the morning, possibly the winds up to near 145 miles per hour, and then make landfall sometime during the day as a Category 4 hurricane. Right now, the center of the track is near Wilmington, North Carolina, but then the storm will linger over the Carolinas on into Friday and Saturday and then slowly start to dissipate. So we're talking life-threatening winds and surge along the coastal portions of the Carolinas and Virginia. Catastrophic heavy rainfall for the Carolinas, Virginia, West Virginia, Western Maryland, and large swells, dangerous rip currents all up along the East Coast, and that includes all the way up towards the Jersey Shore. What does it mean for us? For us, we could see some areas of rain starting on Friday and possibly linger into Monday. Right now, it looks like a low-impact system. However, if the high pressure that sits over New England moves a little to the east, that could bring some of the more moderate rain to our area. But right now, it looks like the heaviest rain is off to our south. I'll have more updates on this coming up in just a few minutes.
Certainly with Florence headed toward the U.S. and flood warnings in effect for the Susquehanna Valley. Don't forget to download the WGAL app to follow the latest forecasts and current river status.
After 12 days, the lockdown at Pennsylvania state prisons is over. Normal visits are being held again, and all inmates are no longer confined to their cells because of a spate of illnesses linked to synthetic drugs. Today, the Corrections Department confirmed synthetic cannabinoids in multiple employees and that inmate overdoses have been caused by those drugs and other illegal substances. More than 50 employees and 33 inmates reported feeling sick and were treated at hospitals over a 3-month period ending in August.
A wind chime tower is now in place at the National Memorial to the crew and passengers of Flight 93. They died fighting back at 9/11 terrorists. The Tower of Voices Monument in Shanksville, Somerset County, was dedicated yesterday. It's the final major construction project of the Flight 93 National Memorial. President Trump is expected to visit the site tomorrow, the anniversary of the attacks by terrorists that killed nearly 3,000 people. Governor Wolf is also expected to attend.
We are about to take you into the U.S. hub for cyber combat. It's a crucial watch center for threats against our elections, with the midterms less than 2 months away.
Well, today at 5 o'clock, 8 on your side, investigative reporter Mark Albert will show us what's being done to protect the nation against cyber attacks.
We can't tell you where this cyber combat center is or how many people work there or even what's on those classified computers. But we can tell you the mission is vital, detecting, analyzing, and hopefully stopping cyber threats to our elections and the country as a whole. DHS gave us a private tour, and we pressed the Assistant Secretary for Cybersecurity on what we found in our ongoing investigation into election security, gaps in preparedness, vulnerable voting systems, and a lack of urgency to fix all of the problems.
Is the federal government doing enough to counter the threat to the elections?
You know, I do always think we could do more. I think we're doing everything we can right now, but it's a long process.
A revealing answer there from the Assistant Secretary. And wait until you hear what she said when we asked how many states this year have had attempted breaches of state election systems, like they did in 21 states in 2016. In Washington, I'm Chief National Investigative Correspondent Mark Albert.
New today at 4, a judge in Delaware has approved the sale of a bankrupt Bon-Ton department store for just under $1 million. CSC Generation Holdings bid $900,000 for the Bon-Ton's brand names, websites, and 25 million customer names and addresses. A company spokesman tells News8 it does plan on reopening some stores, but is not being specific about which ones. Bon-Ton was operating about 250 stores in 5 states when it declared bankruptcy in February of this year.
This afternoon, we're giving you a sneak peek of York City's Boutique Week.
WGAL News 8's Meredith Jorgensen has more.
This is the kind of assignment I love. This is York City Boutique Week, and I have the pleasure of highlighting 4 of the boutiques that will be part of this week. And joining me now is Rebecca Wattenshade. You are the owner of Elizabeth and West Fashion House. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me.
So you're one of the 10 participating boutiques. Tell us a little bit about the feel here at your shop.
I have been downtown for 4.5 years, and I sell women's clothing and accessories, kind of a trendy, contemporary vibe. I like to think my items are a little more on the affordable side as well, so I like to reach a wide variety of customers.
And I think this time of year is great because you're really bringing out your fall line, which is part of why Boutique Week happens. Tell me a little bit about the idea for Boutique Week overall for York City.
York City Boutique Week is a really great event that highlights and showcases all of the participating boutiques downtown. We really like to take this opportunity just to show everyone what downtown has to offer as far as the boutiques, and we all like to use it as an opportunity to shift into fall season with our fashions.
And you are, and you look fabulous.
Thank you.
And in addition to the 10 boutiques, which we will get some of them today, there are some participating businesses that have specialty drinks that go along with this, and this culminates at the end of the week with a fashion show, so we'll be talking a little bit more about that. Next, we're heading to Coletta's, which is just up the street. Stay with us.
And still ahead on WGAL News 8 at 4, the officer accused of shooting and killing a man in his own apartment may soon be facing more charges.
And President Trump's reaction on the eve of Bob Woodward's new book release.